Hey, my name is Rachel and I was bald till I turned 18. In this video, I'm going to be telling you about my hair care journey. So I want to make this intro as short as possible because I'm dying to divert into the story time. I'm going to be telling you about how I have been practicing and how I learned over the years to take care of my hair and ensure that I do not experience breakage when I'm styling it in its dry form. Look, this is hair that I have not moisturized in about a month. Also, I'm going to be wearing these very cute hairstyles that I found on Pinterest, and the first time that I tried it, it came out a complete disaster. I don't know if I can insert a clip here for you, but yeah, it came out a disaster. However, the second time that I'm doing it today, it came out chef's kiss. Anyways, the second style, well, I hope you enjoy it, and without further ado, let's start right off with a story time. I am Rachel and I'm the girl who started growing out her hair at the age of 18. So basically what happened to me is prior to 18 years, I grew up in boarding school. I was in boarding school between the ages of 8 and 17, and that is primary school and secondary school. So basically in Uganda we have the curriculum that is similar to the British curriculum, and so between the ages of 6 or 5 to 12 or 13, kids are in primary school, and then after that you go to secondary school and then you join the university. So my mom took me to boarding school at 8 because she is a working mom, and her job involved her being transferred from one district to another. And so basically she was moving from up country and then she'd come to the city, and she did not want to move with children because she felt the need to allow us to have build a solid foundation and basically develop relationships with our peers and teachers. And you can only have that when the child has stability in their life, you get. And in boarding school, or at least the boarding schools where I attended, because I attended primary and secondary, we were required to cut off our hair completely, bald, not a single strand of hair on your head. And that was because, first of all, the school administration felt like it would be very difficult for children to manage their own natural hair. Because look at it this way, even as an adult, you experience difficulty managing your own natural hair, mostly specifically type 4 natural hair. So what would it be like for a child? You get an 8-year-old. So that was completely out of the question for children to try and do. Also, the teachers were not the ratio of teachers to children was just astounding. So the number of teachers who were at school would not be able to take care of all the children's hair, and so that was why the school administrations always felt it was necessary for children to come to school with no hair on their heads. So yes, we grew up without hair. However, the only students who were allowed to come to school with hair were children with straight hair or less curlier hair. And I look back, I remember that people with type 2 and type 3 curls were allowed to have their hair, and that could have also been because the schools where I attended, we had students who used to commute or who were basically in day school, and then also we had us who were in the boarding section of the school. And then also, not only did we have black students or people with predominantly type 4 hair, we also had children who were Indian. We also had mixed race students, and then Egyptians and Eritreans, and those people have looser curls. So yeah, they were allowed to keep their hair because they used to commute, they used to come from home. They were not like us, they were not in boarding schools, most of them. And then also their hair is much easier to manage, so they were allowed to keep their hair. But for us, the blacks, no, type 4 hair students were not allowed to grow out their hair because of the reasons that I mentioned prior. Anyways, when I finished school, so basically when I turned 17, I finished my final examinations for senior 6 and I was done with secondary school. And then I had a year where I rested, because you have a year where you rest and prepare to join the university. And during that year I started growing out my hair, and that was when I turned 18 years old. And when I turned 18, I was so excited to grow out my hair because it was a whole new territory for me. It was very exciting. The only thing that I used to do with my hair was wash it with shampoo or any ordinary soap and then just comb it out. I didn't know anything because I was so ignorant. I didn't know anything about putting in a leave-in conditioner. I was like, what is a leave-in conditioner? Putting in grease, putting in creams, butters. I didn't know anything. So I just shampoo my hair and then comb it out and leave it out to dry. And my fro was very nice. I loved my fro. I wish I had pictures to give you reference and show what my experience really was like, but unfortunately unfortunately I don't have pictures to show you what it was like. Anyways, I remember that I was so excited to start growing out my hair that I just couldn't wait for my hair to like grow longer. And I used to wear protective styles, so I would wear things like braids, I would wear twists, I would wear kinky hairstyles. And when I talk about kinky hairstyles, I'm talking about extensions with like afro textured hair, and that was not because I wanted to protective style my hair. Truthfully, I was wearing those styles because I just wanted the feel of having longer hair. And this probably had a lot to do with the fact that growing up I always used to have like very short hair, always used to cut my hair at school, so it was like what we call raw excitement. Like I was so naive and very excited. Also, I used to think that longer hair was much more beautiful than shorter hair, but had I known, like I would have been so proud and like rocked various short hairstyles. Because this is just a side note, when I reached the university and my hair had grown a lot, I actually wanted to start wearing hairstyles that involved me having like short hair, but I could not because I didn't want to cut my hair. So I wish I had enjoyed my short hair era, but yeah, I was just too excited to, we always want what we don't have. Like, you fail to appreciate the situation that you're in because you're always looking for something else out there. So yeah, I wish I had known better. Yeah, so whenever I would take out a protective style, I would wash it, comb it, and then wear another protective style. And that, when my hair was so short, it was so low maintenance that I didn't really have to worry or notice that I was experiencing any kind of dryness. I actually never experienced any kind of dryness in my hair at that time. So I didn't know what dryness was. I didn't know about breakage. I was so ignorant, you people. Anyways, about a year later, my hair had grown to like the length of a puff. I could hold a puff in the middle of my head. However, the only problem was that I was still using only shampoo in my hair. So basically, I would wash my hair using shampoo, and then I would put no butter, no oil, no cream, no nothing. And that was when the dryness came. And yeah, I needed to switch it up. I needed to switch up my routine if I wanted to enjoy my hair to the fullest. It was at that point in time that I started doing research. Of course, I learned about things like leave-in conditioners, and I bought a very cheap leave-in conditioner. Oh my god, I was a broke student. I had just left secondary school. I was in campus. It was actually during my first year of campus. I was very broke. I just bought like a very cheap leave-in conditioner off like some beauty supply shop. On top of using that cheap leave-in conditioner, there was some conditioner that I'm laughing because when I remember those days, there was some conditioner that my uncle had brought from the US, and it was basically, because he's a dude, like men don't know these things, like they are more ignorant than women. If I was the one with the hair that was growing, who was growing out her hair, who had like a bald head, like dudes always cut their hair, so how can he know which conditioner to buy for me if I myself don't know what to use on my hair? So basically he bought a conditioner, is it called Tresemme? And that is like conditioner for white people's hair because it has no sleep, and then you have to wash it out like within 5 minutes time. So yeah, and needless to say, the conditioner did very little for my hair. It basically didn't work. Anyways, as a side note, I'm done with hairstyle number 1. I don't know what you guys think of it. I think it came out really, really nice. And this is a style that I'm going to be wearing to a certain wedding that I have scheduled for Saturday. And I hope when I go to recreate it for that wedding, it comes out nice. Because sometimes I can do a style, it comes out nice. When I do it the second time, it comes out an absolute mess. So pray for me because, I can't do it again. And anyways, moving on to hairstyle number 2 and back to the story time. On top of using that leave-in conditioner that was very cheap that I got from the market, I used to use aloe vera. What I would basically do is get an aloe vera leaf, cut it in the middle, then cut off like the sharp parts, the spiky ends of it, and then I would scoop out the juice and then apply it onto my hair. And aloe vera juice actually worked because it would have like sufficient sleep for me to like have my hair in a more manageable state. And it was during that time when my hair had grown like to the length of a puff that as a young adult I felt the need to like have straight hair, because I felt straight hair would be like more manageable, and then also it would enable me to show off my length. You know, the things that we do, we want to show off. Why do we always want to show off? Why do we need constant recognition from others? But anyways, I decided to go and blow dry my hair. I blow dried my hair about 5 times maximum in a span of about 3 months, and that inevitably led me to get heat damage, because during the time when I was blow drying my hair, I was not using a heat protectant. On top of that, when they would be blow drying my hair in the salon, what the lady would do is first put grease on my hair strands and then blow dry it, which is basically frying my hair strands. So it was around that time that I decided to start protective styling my hair. During that time, I learned styles like mini twists, I learned cornrows, I learned flat twists, all on myself. So basically, I would go and watch YouTube videos, and from there I would imitate them. And then, you know, I learned styles. I also inspired some of my friends to start learning to braid their hair on their own. So yeah, that was a very good learning experience for me. And from that time onwards, that was about 2018 till 2022, which was last year, I had been doing my own hair, and I had mostly learned to do many twists. And if you look at the earliest videos that I made on this channel, you'll notice that mini twists were the most predominant hairstyle that I wore. I actually wore that style for I don't know, that's like my staple style. Even to date, I wear mini twists often, but not as often as I used to. Anyways, fast forward to 2023, it's a new year, and in January I made the New Year's resolution that I was going to start protective styling my hair in a variety of hairstyles. I wasn't going to restrict myself to braiding like the hairstyles that I'd always done before. I was stepping out of my comfort zone, and that was when I discovered Pinterest. And when I got a hold of Pinterest, I started researching for various styles that I was going to start wearing. Not only did I make the New Year's resolution to wear different hairstyles a lot more, I also decided that I was going to wash my hair a lot more often. So before, I was washing it like after 2 months, but then this year I was like, why can't I do something else? Why can't I do something different? I decided to start washing my hair monthly, then I would moisturize it every 2 weeks, but I changed my hairstyle like 2 times a week. And changing your hairstyle 2 times every week is a recipe for hair dryness. So what happens is, every time you change a hairstyle, you expose different strands of hair to like your clothes or your bed sheets, your pillowcase, and the product that you've used for moisturizing your hair gets rubbed onto those items, and then like your hair gets drier and drier as you go by. Don't know if you're catching my drift, but what I'm saying is, the more hairstyles that you wear, the more likely your hair is going to dry out. And this is exactly what happened to me when I was starting to make this video today. So the thing is, I washed my hair a month ago, and it's been about 2 weeks since I last moisturized my hair with any type of grease or leave-in conditioner, and I'm due to wash my hair this weekend, and it's a Wednesday. I don't have time to wash my hair until Sunday because I'm very, very, very busy. And what I have learned with my hair, as long as I have a water bottle near me, that is all that I need. So basically, how I deal with the dryness of my hair is, even though as you can see it's right now it's not in the most detangled state, when I spray water on my hair, it helps me soften my hair. And a lot of people say that our hair is in its most vulnerable state when it's wet. That's not true. That maybe applies maybe for like straight hair or Caucasian hair, but for Afro-textured hair, in my experience, I've learned that our hair thrives with water. So as long as you have like a leave-in conditioner, you put in your leave-in conditioner, you put in your grease, you put in your oils, and then you put water, your hair is going to thrive. And also, don't take a long time without detangling your hair. Like, at least detangle your hair every week so that you're able to remove the shed hair. I've learned that every time I remove the shed hair, my hair is less likely to break. And be very gentle and be very smart with the sections of hair that you style. So what I do is I style usually the front of my hair, and I leave the back of my hair like just as an afro, and that also helps me to, even though I wear a variety of hairstyles, often I'm able to minimize the amount of manipulation that I do in my hair. I manipulate mostly the front part of my hair and like basically the perimeter. And so in this short period of time that I've been able to manipulate my hair in various hairstyles, I've also been able to learn a lot about my hair. Like literally, I'll never style my hair, like try to wear a new style without having a water bottle near me, because water has been the holy grail. It's been what's holding my hair together. Also, please do not forget to detangle your hair, and be very gentle when you're detangling your hair. Try as much as possible to use your fingers. Use finger detangling, it's your best friend. I don't even have any complicated formula for like hair growth, despite the fact that I've been styling my hair in various styles, like having my afro out. I have been able to minimize breakage, and yeah, like I've trimmed my hair once since January. I think I trimmed it around March, maybe May, but I think it was in around March that I trimmed my hair, and I haven't trimmed since because I do not feel the need to, despite the fact that I'm having my hair out. So in my next video, I'm going to be talking about why I made the New Year's resolution to stop wearing protective styles or traditional protective styles like braids, mini twists, and cornrows, flat twists, and whatnot. I'll be going into great detail as to why I personally decided to start wearing my afro out religiously. And yeah, see you. Bye. Subscribe.